Hi, Deepa. Hi, Valerie. It's so wonderful to have you today for our panel discussion on high and low jewelry for Vogue India and Natural Diamond Council's Diamond Festival 2022. I'd love to start by introducing both of you. Deepa, I'm so excited to welcome you to this conversation today. One of the things I've loved about watching you grow into one of today's new age digital celebrities is your authenticity in everything you do, whether that's as a model or a mother. From using your position to create social change to recently launching your own beauty brand as a skin pride advocate, you've achieved so much and always empowering women as you do so. As a fellow woman of color, I can confidently say we're waiting to see what you come up with next.
Oh, that's so kind of Kaksha. Thank you so much. An honor to be here.
Thank you. And Valerie, we are so thrilled to have you with us today. You are the woman who reinvented our approach to diamonds and how we wear them. For 17 years, you have been disrupting the codes of jewelry, creating pieces that are symbols of femininity, emancipation, and power. Seen on the likes of Beyonce, Gigi Hadid, and of course Diipa at Cannes, the pieces belong to any moment, at any time, and on any day. It's so nice to have both of you.
Thank you so much.
I think I would love to start the conversation today by asking Valerie first that your jewelry is so path-breaking. You know, you think of the body as a format to make anything and everything for. I've seen lip rings, I've seen hand harnesses, I have seen armbands, I've seen everything. And it's a very new way of seeing diamonds, right? This is not your cookie cutter way of seeing brilliant diamonds on in jewelry today. How long has this journey been for you to, create this path breaking jewelry, and what are you planning? What are you doing?
But to be honest, I don't pretend to invent anything because I get a lot of inspiration from your culture, from Indian culture, which for me it's really a endless source of inspiration because you are the one who wear jewelry everywhere in the body. And I'm obsessed with anklet, with noise jewelry. And when I try to get inspiration from you guys is also that I come into Messika world trying to bring this touch of modernity in the execution of the piece. But my goal is to make jewelry, thank you very much for notice that, trying to push a little bit more the boundaries of considering diamond jewelry as something cool, edgy, wearing for every day, and try to sublime woman as Diipa. And I was very lucky to have amazing women wearing my jewelry.
We actually have to talk about that. I think that was a nice segue into the Cannes red carpet moment and that jewelry. Diipa, you are someone, as I said earlier, you're very authentic and you're very open about who you are as a woman and what you like to wear or put your weight behind when it comes to brands. Did you find a certain proclivity for a brand like Messika?
I think for me, our relationship with Valerie and with Messika goes years back. I think it was one of the first brands that when I started doing my red carpets and all the events that, like you said clearly, they disrupted the diamond industry. There was something so beautiful about a Messika piece that just stands out from everything else that I'd ever seen. And so I think, the fact that it was diamonds, but it made me feel like a young modern woman at the same time, that I could wear that piece on the red carpet, but I could also wear it next day to work if I wanted to, was that that kind of the beauty of the piece that really drew me to the brand and really drew me to Valerie as well, of like, how did they create this beautiful world where women can feel powerful and modern, but at the same time it's diamonds we're talking about, and so I think it was a very beautiful, natural kind of attraction that I just had to the brand. And since then, I've worn them for, I think, pretty much 80% of all my red carpets.
We feel really honored and blessed to have you, such a beautiful lady and woman like you, and even more now you become a wonderful mother. You really embodies those kind of women which inspire me in my everyday creation. What you said, it's really true, is that I'm obsessed by the versatility of our jewelry. So even when I created high jewelry pieces, I'm always obsessed by the fact that the woman has to wear it. It's not to put on the safe or only one time. And then in the new collection that I just presented few days ago, you can really notice that even the choker can be transformed into rings. You can wear a single choker or with the big stones becoming a ring, or becoming the pendants becoming a brooch. I want women to enjoy, and as I am obsessed also with the fashion industry, I want the jewelry to match perfectly with the outfits. So that's why I always try to give few options to the woman that is wearing my jewelry.
Yeah, and that's so very true for the topic that we're discussing today as well, right? It's high and low jewelry, and that is how we as modern women like to build our jewelry boxes. We kind of want those pieces that I, for one, like pieces that I can even go to bed with, when I wake up in the morning and you're at work and you're looking polished and ready for the day. Diipa, for you, you are a new mother. And do you feel like your choices in diamond jewelry has changed since before and after? Are you kind of thinking about the future, probably keeping pieces for your baby?
So I think yes. The funny thing is, I have been a person, and the only kind of jewelry or pieces that I've had are very dear to me. It's always been something that my mother has given me, and I've kind of taken a lot from the world, is the way I like to say it. Like, I took all the diamond rings from my mom when I got married, and then kind of my husband gifted me really beautiful pieces over the last few years, and I've kind of taken from the world. And since I became a mother, it's so funny you say that. There's a shift in my mind where I don't want to take, but almost want to keep something to give now. It's almost like buying something not just for me, but it's like, can I give it to Dua one day, to my daughter? Or can I give it to my future, perhaps son's wife one day when she comes into the family? So it's given pieces a lot more weight to it. It's not just so much like, let me just buy it for myself anymore. And that's happened with many aspects of life. In general, I think about life more consciously now, and it's a lot more like intentional what I buy and why I buy it. So yeah, I think that definitely shifted my mind in the last year since I became a mom.
And Valerie, what are you seeing women buying today from you? And I'm also very interested in what you're wearing today.
Me considering the fact that I have two girls at my home now, becoming older, when I'm creating, I'm also creating for them. Even they're young, only 11, but they give me also the new vibes of the trends that I'm becoming older. I need to get inspired also by the new generation. But what I'm wearing today is, I always stack bangles, and these two bangles is a tribute to my two little girls. I don't know if you can see. One of them is Noah, and the other one is Roman. And I created really customized for them. This one is my move. My move is that it's a unisex bracelet that you can change the leather. You can even put another color or a gold chain bracelet. It's also a versatile bracelet, but you can also have the same for your husband, because I do it in titanium, 3 color of titanium with very male color. I also wearing the Kate Moss tie with onyx and rose gold. What I love in this tie is that it's really cool. You can wear it on a very black, beautiful dress for the evening, but you can adjust, here, the purse shape here, depending on your outfit. And also I have a Lucky Move rings.
Oh yeah, I love that ring. That's like a
Speaking
classic.
of rings,
Classic Messika.
there's this ring that I never ever, so this is like my hand of rings where I never take anything off. So it's got my wedding band, my proposal, and this one is by Valérie. It's actually, I think, inspired by one of her daughters as well. I never take it off. And for me, it is such a beautiful message, this ring, because Valérie gave it to me when Dua was born. And it's got 3 diamonds, and there's 1 diamond in the middle that moves. And to me, it's like Oleg and I are the 2 pillar diamonds on the side, and Dua moves in between us. There's this beautiful Khalil Gibran poem where he talks about, children should be not your children, but move between you. You're just the 2 pillars. And so this ring to me is like, gives me a whole different meaning.
I love your meaning, but actually you have 3 diamonds, and when I created it was also to say I love you yesterday, I love you today, and I will love you tomorrow. But you can also find another woman symbol with which is the woman I was, the woman I am, and the woman I will be. You can also be three kids, or as you said, the couple and the first kids. So I love that everyone can find something strong, a message for them.
Valérie, coming back to you, I am very interested in knowing what are the modern women of today buying from you? Are you seeing any trends right now that you're working on?
Actually, I can definitely notice that because of newcomer like Messika, the jewelry industry has completely moved to reach younger generation, because young people, they was not attracted by jewelry at all. And now I can definitely notice that the new generations coming to get interested in jewelry because they find more attraction to modern products, probably also because they're more affordable pieces, and also because of the communication, which is becoming much more modern and much more attracting for them. But considering also there's a lot of younger generation, more and more rich all over the world, I can also notice that very healthy young people want to have high jewelry, but high jewelry different from their mother, not exactly the same brand. They are open-minded to newcomer like us. But considering your question is more about trends, I could definitely say that earrings, it's becoming a very hot items from the last years. And, here I'm stacking, some different pursing. But what I love with the earring is that you can mix, one side and another side. So it's asymmetric. And the way you can stack, and you know better than us, because in your culture, you have already that you can stack, and you created your own personality with your jewelry. So considering stacking bangles or a bracelet, and then I can notice that you can mix some expensive pieces with less expensive. There is no meaning special. People really can customize depending what their style. And this is what I love. It's like tattoo. There is everyone customize on their skin also. And jewelry is also about the same.
Absolutely. And I love how you speak about that, it's about creating your own stacks and, having high and low together, which brings me back to the red carpet. And, Diipa, what do you, the events that you go to, how do you sort of tailor-make what you're going to wear when it comes to your jewelry? Is it do you like to break the boundaries a little bit, not go the traditional path and do something different?
Depends. I think it depends on the event, and depends. For me, I'm at the end of the day, an influencer or a digital content creator is a storyteller. And so for me, it's what pieces can tell the story the best way in that particular scenario. And I think what is great about diamonds, especially now with brands like Messika disrupting it and creating such beautiful pieces, is you can truly tell a story with those pieces that complement you as a person, that complement the outfit, but also, perhaps give an homage to your heritage. Like the way Messika does have so many beautiful pieces that are inspired by our culture. Wearing them is an honor because I'm able to also give homage to where I come from, and perhaps, wear a beautiful dress that is inspired by the West, but then jewelry that's inspired by the East, and bring them both together in that storytelling piece for your audience at the end of the day. So for me, it really depends on what the story is every time. And based on that, you then build out the outfit, you build out the jewelry, and then you complete the look.
And for example, the handbands, which I'm also obsessed. I'm always trying.
Love those.
I love to make handbands, but also that it's transformable into a pendant.
I think multi-purpose is like kind of the buzzword in pretty much every industry. Like I have a beauty brand now, and even with our products, we constantly make sure it's for the modern woman and it's multi-purpose. Like you give them a serum that you can use all over the body as well, but it has multiple ingredients in it. Same way with jewelry. Making it multi-purpose just makes it so versatile. So then you could perhaps wear it on the red carpet as a handcuff, but then the next day take out a piece, put it as a brooch for your morning coffee, and you're good to go. Yeah.
I love that you can pull things apart, you can put them together, you can take different things out of it and make something new. And I think that's such a, you're wearing it every day. You want to be able to do that with something that's...
And also, if I can add something, which is also very important in my creation, is it needs to be comfortable. Because, it's like when you're wearing shoes, sometimes, I'm sure you had this experience, you buy amazing, beautiful shoes. And when you go for the first time you're wearing it for the dinner, the only things that you want is to throw it away because you're not comfortable at all. And even the way you behave with it, because it's painful, you don't behave in a very beautiful way. So what I notice is sometimes even my big necklaces, the women, they told me, it's so light. And then they don't have to behave, like this, they feel free. And for me, as you said, Diipa, that you're doing for your brand, which as you are, I'm sure both of you, taking care of the kids, running a business or working, and also can have a romantic dinner or have a dinner also with friends. You need to be, versatile and comfortable and feel free in your movement.
And, I want to go back to the look that you wore to the red carpet at Cannes, Diipa, and also the jewelry that you chose from Messika. Can we talk about, sort of just break down that look for us, and how much of it was, the jewelry kind of dictated what you would wear, or, vice versa?
Yeah. I mean, I did 3 red carpets this time. I wore Messika for all.
Tell me your favorite.
All right, then that would have to be, I think, the orange look by Georgia Baker. And when I wore that look, I think because the dress already was quite loud, I went for what Valérie said earlier, a beautiful earring. And it was this beautiful cuffed earring that kind of cuffed through my entire ear that, gave that entire piece more of like a modern warrior princess look of like, kind of, I would imagine our ancestors, even back home in India, would, the kind of look that they would wear to like armor themselves in a way. And that earring was such a beautiful diamond studded all the way on this side, and then mismatched on the other side was just a little piece. And sometimes for me with diamonds, less is more. I think if you just wear one piece that's just so iconic that it captures every photograph. And for me, that piece was the one that did it. It really, with all the close-up shots and all the video footage, it really captured that look of my cuff really beautifully and gave it all the attention. And to me, at the end of the day, really made the look and like completed the whole thing. The one I wore for my last look with the black was the beautiful choker. And it was only the choker. Again, I didn't mix it with earrings and this and that. It was just this very beautiful statement choker. I don't know which collection it's from, Valérie. We need to check it again, but it was so beautiful.
I have so many choker. I think it's one of the most sexy pieces for a woman.
Yeah, that was the choker that I really was obsessed with. And so I wore that. And the rest was just very Audrey Hepburn and classy and black and white, and then the choker really took the number.
Valerie, do you have any tips for how someone should style their jewelry?
I think Diipa, she really said properly the fact that for high jewelry, sometimes the less is more. You have to wear it one masterpiece or two masterpiece, depending the way of course, if you have long hair, you can probably go a little bit further because you don't see so much earrings. But if you have, like a
tie up.
Yeah, then the masterpiece should be the earrings, and not to wear I think necklaces because it's too much, but probably a cuff or rings. You can more stack with rings in red carpets because sometimes it can be very funny. But I'm also obsessed with few details. If you can put even asymmetric, even if your earrings are symmetric, you can add a little clip which gives the touch. I love the way that she said that she contrasts sometimes between edgy pieces with a more dramatic, more princess style. It's never to be too much. It's like the makeup, you cannot have big makeup, dress sparkling, jewelry. And sometimes we're disappointed because we're not selected, because actually when I see the woman, I understand why she didn't select it. It's not because she doesn't like Messika jewelry. Sometimes it's more because the dress and it's the dress, the makeup, the hair, and everything needs to balance perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming to my final question to both of you, and whoever wants to take it first. What do natural diamonds mean to you, and why do you think it's such a must-have in a woman's jewelry box today? We all love diamonds, so whoever wants to take this one first.
I start, if you're okay, because for me, natural diamond, it's the magic. And to be honest, when you see the price of the natural diamonds was going so fast and so up, and the synthetic diamonds which are going down, I can ask you, what do you think? If your husband, what do you prefer? Would you like a natural diamond or a synthetic diamond? What do you prefer? At the end of the day, I think even the second market value, if you want to have a second life for your jewelry, there is no value for the moment for the lab-grown diamond.
And Diipa, for you, what does a diamond mean to you?
Again, I think for me, diamonds are so connected to memory and family and history. Like every piece has a story. Like Valerie, I mean, we're all not grown up around diamonds like Valerie is, but I think in a way, because of having the few pieces that, your ancestors have carried down for you, it's just so much of weight and memory that a diamond created now in our history currently, that if we can just capture the beauty and the magic and the history of natural diamonds the way we appreciate it, while doing it in a really nice, conscious, intentional way, where it's more about keeping pieces, passing it down, enjoying them, finding the beauty in them, and really doing it for the right reasons, then I think I'm a natural diamond girl all the way.
Valerie, what role do you think everyday jewelry versus statement jewelry plays in our style? Do you think statement jewels are only meant for the high moments and small classic pieces are only meant to be worn every day? Or do you think the rules do not apply?
I think for Messika, the rule cannot be applied, of course, because there is no boundaries. You can really mix it in a different way, and versatility. This is how I created my jewelry. So definitely I can answer to you. For me, there is no boundaries.
And Diipa, for you, do you feel like when it's a wedding, a certain kind of diamond piece comes out versus when you're, say, going on a date with your husband?
I think for me, again, it really depends on the piece. There's certain pieces that are so versatile that you can wear them for a wedding and for a date night. But it depends if it's your wedding. Like if it's my own wedding, for me, like I mentioned, something a bit more with a memory, with a meaning, with a something would come out. But if it is indeed more like a moment of, let's say, a wedding of a best friend, or a wedding that's somewhere you're going, that I do think you can really mix and match based on comfort of the jewelry piece, of course, and based on the overall look. And if it works, it just works.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Diipa, for this wonderful conversation. We really covered the gamut. We went from, what to wear for the high moments in your life to what to wear on an everyday basis, and when the rules also do not apply. And we spoke about the meaning and metaphors of jewelry in a modern woman's life. And thank you so much for being here with us today. It's been wonderful.
Thank you so much for having us, Akaksha. Pleasure talking to you. And thank you, Valerie, for being here as well. Always so happy to talk to you.
Thank you, Akansha, for having us. We were very honored and pleased to spend this time with you. Thank you, Diipa. It gave me the possibility to see you a little bit more. And I hope to see you soon.